Hey all, welcome to the super official tour of my dream box. So I have two businesses in this dream box. I have Make for Good, which is my embroidery slash hand carved stamps business. And I also make regular rubber stamps for small businesses, which basically I have that business on this side and Make for Good on this side. So here's how it's organized and how I have all my stuff in here. So obviously this part is all yarn. I have it all arranged by color, which is awesome because if I have an idea and I'm like, okay, I really need a red, I can just pull out the red drawer and grab what I need. I also love, because most of the time I don't have exactly an idea of what I want to do, that I can come in here and get inspired right away by just pulling out all the drawers and literally just looking at all of them and going, this one, this is the one that I need right this very moment. So that's very cool. I also have all the little yarn bits arranged on the side here, and even smaller pieces I have in these adorable clear containers, also from Create Room. I have masking tape, which I use a lot of, and I love how perfectly they fit in these little drawers right here. And then of course I have all scissors and tools down here. There's little hooks. I don't know if you can see them, but there's little hooks that you can hang on there. And there's 6 different ones, and there's one on the other side too. So if, like me, you have 4 bajillion pairs of scissors, you can hold at least 12 of them in your dream box. And then over here I have more of my hand carving stuff. I keep all my tools really close to the desk so that I can grab them really easily. I also have one little drawer that is basically a time capsule of all the really interesting things that I've made over the years with hand carving, and just kind of like the different iterations of the things that I've made. And I thought this was really cool. I saved the very first stamp that I ever made, which by the way was backwards, but it says create. I thought that was very cool. But now it is in a Create Room dream box. I keep my ink in here, my watercolors, labels, and tracing paper, and I have these little drawers. These were an added part of the dream box. I have these little drawers that I usually hide my kids' Kindles in. They're kind of perfect for that, kind of a random thing, but sometimes when I don't want them to have screen time, or I just don't want them to really be thinking about their Kindles, they fit perfectly in these drawers. And let me show you the other side. Alrighty, so here's the other half. This was an extra accessory too, but definitely a necessary one, which holds all my pens, of course, organized by color. I love this. I'm always grabbing from this. I keep sets above so that I also have access to all the pens, and let's be honest, I have way too many pens. But at a moment's notice now, I can grab, 400,000 different blue options. These are some of my favorites from Archer and Olive. They are brand new. I absolutely love these. They fit so perfectly in here, and I keep them in their containers so that I can find the sets really easily. I have the Copic markers in here, as well as all my Tombos back there. Gouache. I love, they have these little inserts that you can get, and I love having everything like out and visual. I try not to totally overfill all these drawers. Of course, I probably will eventually, let's be honest. But it's really great to just be able to pull it out and see exactly what I need, instead of having things layer over layer. These are my painting palettes, as well as some really beautiful hand-painted watercolors, which, let's be honest, if this was in one of my bins, it would be at the bottom of a bin, and I would never get to pull it out. But here, it is right here. I can see it when I'm working, and I'm definitely going to pull it out and play with it, even if I have no idea what I'm doing, which is the best kind of art, right? Okay, and then, as I mentioned, over here, I have all my work for Modern Maker Stamps, which is my rubber stamp custom stamp company. I have all the ink, lots of sample stamps, which usually go into my sample sales, lots and lots of stamps, including some like prototype stamps that you probably, you might see eventually in my store. I have all I use these all the time for shows, so I have a bajillion tags and refills for my pens, paintbrushes, of course, which I try to keep right close to the paint, and then like all the paper, tassels, anything you can think of is in the bottom. I keep stickers up here because you always need stickers. What about these? Don't you think that you would use your letter boards more if you could just see the letters right from your desk and you could grab them at a moment's notice? I definitely use my letter board a lot more now. This is my glue gun. Oh, and I wanted to mention, this is a light roll box that fits. It's a light tracer light box. It fits perfectly inside of this drawer, and I love that because this light box used to always be like underneath my desk or whatever, and it was always really hard to access, and it's something that I use a lot, so it's really awesome to have it right there. And also all the papers I have, like ideas and things that I've done before, just work and notebook paper and all that good stuff. You always have to have a drawer full of ideas, and it's awesome to have it right above my desk there. And then of course I have these same clear containers full of all different kinds of ribbons and little mini stamps. I have cords here, which is always nice to have your little cords all in one place. Binder clips, and then of course all the washi tape. And then you can't see it down here, but I have like 400 more tons of washi tape. Don't worry, I'll show you. And then of course I have a tape dispenser, more scissors of course, regular tape, stapler, and everything I always know is exactly right where I left it, which is the absolute best part of the Dream Box. All right, now I will show you the underneath. All right, so one of the hidden gems about the Dream Box is how much stuff fits underneath for storage that you can still grab at a moment's notice by just ducking under your desk. I have like 7 million, maybe not 7 million, that might be an exaggeration, but a lot of embroidery hoops. Absolutely love these hoops, but they are big and hard to store. I found that they often ended up on the bottom of things because they have giant holes in them, so they're easy to plop things into the middle of, but that meant that I never had access to them. Now I have tons and tons. They are right here whenever I am ready. I also have all my carving medium, which weighs 7 bajillion pounds. Also might be an exaggeration, but it's super heavy. So it's awesome to be able to store it here so that I can grab one at a time instead of picking a giant box up and having to pull out one at a time that way. I also have a notebook obsession. I have lots and lots of Archer and Olive notebooks that I absolutely adore. And also my Monk manual, which is the planner that I use. I keep tons of blank ones down here because I'm always shopping for them and because I absolutely adore them. And now I can easily access them right away. I also keep sketchbooks and other types of notebooks down here. And then one other thing that I have down here is my DMC embroidery floss. This is kind of like the giant bin full of all the floss. I have lots of it also in here, organized by number. Let's see, all of them there. But the ones that I have not yet opened up are down underneath, so that when I finish up with one there, I can just come right underneath my desk and grab it. And you can't really see right now, but the table has an up position so that if you don't want to crawl under your table, you can also set the table up so that you can access these really easily whenever you want. Alrighty, and then the final hidden gem that I absolutely love about this Dream Box is how big this table is. It doesn't look big, I wasn't expecting it to be this big, and when it's folded up it doesn't take up a lot of space, but as you can see, it's kind of ginormous. For everything that I do, for the most part, it is more than enough space, but they also have 2 giant tables that you can put on either side of this if you need more space. The other thing that I absolutely love is this cubby right here, which when I'm currently working on something and I don't necessarily want to put it away, almost all the time it fits right here. I can still fold up my Dream Box, get my studio more or less organized, and and come back to whatever I was working on right away when I open it up. The other cool thing about this table is that it has 3 adjustable heights. It can be obviously this height, sitting height. It also comes up to standing height, so you can work while you're standing, or it has a medium height, which I found is absolutely perfect for carving stamps because it brings it up a little bit higher, not quite like at my nose, but a little bit higher so that I can work without straining my neck. So I think that's everything. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Create Room is who makes the Dream Box, and I don't think I mentioned this, but I have $100 off for you all that they were very generous in giving us as a community.